welcome back to my channel. My name is Angelica, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to create a workout plan that actually works. This video is going to be for anyone who's struggling with consistency, or you really just don't know what to do, or you're just tired of working out and not being certain that whatever it is that you're doing is actually going to lead you to the results that you desire. So if you're looking for an easy way to create a workout plan that is going to work, stay tuned. Going straight into step number one. Step number one is going to be setting a goal. Now, when I say set a goal, you need to be as specific as you possibly can. Your goal can range from looking to just have a more healthier lifestyle, looking to lose X amount of pounds, looking to gain X amount of pounds, gain muscle, get stronger, build your endurance. There are different goals, and sure, like all of them would be great, but when it comes to setting a plan, step number one is going to be determining what your goal is. And sure, you can say you want to do all of the above, but you need to figure out what is going to be your first goal. What is going to be the first thing that you want to be working towards, because it's really important for us to identify what it is that we actually want, what we're working towards, so that we can clearly and better identify the different steps and path that we should take in order to get to the desired goal. Without a specific goal in mind, it does leave a lot of room for confusion. And if you're someone who has been working out for quite some time and you're feeling that confusion, that may be why, is that you do not have a specific goal. And that's what we need to be working on. So step number one is going to be defining your goal. Number two is going to be choosing your split. When I say split, you want to determine what days you're going to be doing what. So are you going to be working out 3 days a week, 5 days a week? What does that look like? There are push and pulls, there are full body workouts, there are upper and lower, and you really have to take the time to figure out what's going to make the most sense for you. What's a realistic goal? Take a look at your schedule. Think about not what time you want to wake up in the morning. What time do you actually wake up in the morning? What time do you actually go to bed at night? We need to do a better job at identifying what's a want and what's a need, because very often we want something for ourselves, but maybe you want that because you saw someone do it, or you think that that's the right thing to do. And we really need to do a better job at setting goals specifically that are going to work for you. That is why number one is exactly setting your goal, because we want to understand what the goal is so that we can use that. This is what our goal is. Now we're going to use this to help us determine what our split is going to be. Once you've decided what's going to work best for you, whether that be a 3 or a 5, a upper or a lower, whatever that is, we move on to step number 3, and that's selecting your exercises. I'm going to make this as simple as possible, because of course we can get into all of the nit and grit. All the specific details is going to be for when you decide to meet with a professional and have a one-on-one session. I want to emphasize this video is generalized. Depending on, where you are in your fitness journey, you're going to want to select anywhere from 3 to 5 exercises for your base workout plan, right? There are stretches and a cool down period after this dedicated workout, but I'm speaking for the bulk of the workout, right? So around 3 to 5 different practices. Now, the first 2 to 3 should be compound movements. Now, when I say compound movements, a compound movement is a movement that's going to need multiple muscles in order to move. So think of a squat, where you're really working your core, quads, hamstrings, your glutes. There's multiple muscles working there. When it comes to setting up your workout plan, you want to make sure that you set your compound movements in the beginning. Kind of think of it as the best bang for your buck, being the most efficient as you possibly can, because not only are you training the most muscles, but you're also in the beginning of your workout. It's where you're going to have the most amount of energy in order to work those muscles. After your compound movements is when you're going to want to move into isolation movements. When I say isolation, think of bicep curls, tricep extensions, things that are isolating a specific muscle. These steps are pretty much leading up to one another. Step 1 is that goal. Number 2 is determining your split. Number 3 is selecting your exercises. Now, once you have determined your goal, that will help you determine your splits. Your goal and split are going to help you determine what your exercises should be. Regardless of what they are, you're gonna wanna do the compound movements first, and then you'll do your isolation movements. Moving into step number 4 is going to be determining your rest days and planning your rest days. This is something that I find to be not talked about enough, because just as much as it's important to exercise and lift weights and do all of the things, rest is just as much, if not more important than all of that. Because without proper rest, we're not allowing our muscles the recovery it needs in order to allow us to go to the gym the next time. If we're not allowing our body to rest, we're really doing a disjustice to ourselves. We're really not allowing our body to fully recover. Without being able to fully recover, that allows you to not get the most out of your workouts. That means that your moods will be off. That means that your hormones will be off. That means that pretty much everything will kind of trickle down from there. Rest is so important. It's when our body is allowed to just be and recover and do what it needs to. When I say rest, make sure that you are at the very least selecting 1 to 2 days out of your week that you are resting. And I want to be clear that you do not need to lie on the couch and be a couch potato on these days. You can definitely do some active rest. And when I say active rest, think of going on a walk, maybe some light yoga, stretching, things of that nature. What's most important to determine what's going to be right for you is honestly just listening to your body. And I understand that at times it can be hard to understand what that means. And the best way for you to understand what that means is to just practice. Practice listening to your body. And at first you may call yourself names such as lazy, or you say, I can't do that, Angelica, because I just won't get up. Listen to it, right? Like, say for example, if you're laying down and you say to yourself you're lazy, and you think to yourself, I don't want to get up. Okay, well, why don't you want to get up? You're tired. Okay, what are you tired from? Okay, is that a valid reason? There are differences between excuses and reason. So be kind to yourself and make sure that you're being honest. Listen in and see, do I need a rest right now? Or would it be best for me to go for a walk outside? Even if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the case may be. Some people may be feeling really motivational right now and ready to hit the gym every single day, all day. And I get that, and I appreciate that, and that's awesome. I want you to understand that working out every single day is not something that is sustainable. As someone who has done the 75 hard, and if you're not familiar with that, you have to work out 2 times a day, one of them being outside, drink a gallon of water, read 10 pages a day, take a photo. I think there's more. The reason why I bring it up is that taught me how important it is to rest your body. Even though I was doing a challenge, I did it every single day, I could feel the toll that it was having on me physically and mentally. When you go through this fitness journey, you start to learn maybe 5 days is a little bit too much. Maybe I should do 3 days. Or you realize 3 days is, I can handle 3 days pretty well. Maybe I should up it to 5. There are different things that you have to try out. And as more time goes by, you'll be able to determine what actually makes sense for you. And that leads me into the last and final step, which is step number 5, and that's going to be track your progress. I want to make sure that you understand that you should not be changing your workout plan in anything less than a month. When I say tracking your plan, what you're going to want to do is take pictures, take measurements, write in a notebook your different workouts, the weights that you're using, how you're feeling afterwards, how you're feeling before. Really just journal everything that you do. Honestly, the more that you write down, the more that you know is the more information you have to reference back to understand what was working, what's not working, what you may need to change, and what you can keep the same. At the very least, you want to make sure that you keep this workout plan for a month and determine what has changed in your body and what hasn't. After that month's time frame, anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, you want to take a look at all of the progress you've been keeping, all of those notes, all of the photos, and really make sure that you're being honest. With closing everything in, we have step number 1, setting your goals. Step number 2, deciding your split. Step number 3, selecting your exercises. Step number 4, planning your rest days. And step number 5, tracking your progress. Just some tips to keep in mind. Please make sure that you are setting realistic goals for yourself. No matter how small of a goal it is, the less friction that you create in order for you to reach this goal, it will not only be attainable, but it will turn into a habit. Because what we're doing here is we're trying to build habits over motivation. motivation only goes for so long. The habits is what will really help us in practicing healthy activities. And another tip is think about creating a reward system for yourself. So if you end up going to the gym for a full week, say to yourself, you know what, I am going to buy a t-shirt. Or if you end up losing 10 pounds, set a bikini that you want to buy, something that you feel like as though is motivating for you. Create a reward system so that you can feel excited, work towards this goal that you have. You made it realistic, attainable, and you're rewarding yourself. So you're more likely to do it because you really want to get that reward at the end. With that, I do want to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any additional questions or think that it would be helpful to touch base upon anything, please mention that in the comment section below. I will be dropping a video next Wednesday. I drop videos every Wednesday, so please turn on your alerts so that you can get notified the next time a video releases. I do want to let you know I also have a video on my channel talking about how to get started with fitness. So if you're just getting started, I definitely recommend watching that video because I talk about a few things that aren't talked about enough and can really help you when you're first getting started in your fitness journey. So once again, thank you for watching, and until next time.